bam, bam. Manchester United 4, Liverpool 0. Manchester United football is back. We have started our pre-season and the first game, first trophy. I mean, we're not counting it like how Messi tried to count a friendly as an international trophy. We ain't doing that. But according to the people in Bangkok, is a serious trophy because it's a big deal for them, right? People in Thailand is a serious thing, but for us United supporters, it ain't that serious. So Manchester United played its first preseason game today against Liverpool, and we demolished them 4-0. No one could say it's only preseason. President Chad, why are you getting so excited? Yeah, it's preseason, but it's Liverpool though. You always had to feel good beating Liverpool. Let me real. We had to be honest.
There's no friendly between Manchester and Liverpool.
Yeah, according to Jurgen Klopp, right?
Jurgen Klopp said that, eh?
There's no friendly between Manchester United and Liverpool because if they won, trust me, their supporters would have been jumping up same way, right? Good afternoon to Mark Holder on the inside already. So let me introduce the panel. We got the man Mark Lewis.
Boom.
We got CJ. And we got Ken Prime. So let's do the thing the right way. Happy birthday to the man CJ.
Yeah, for real, my brother. Blessed birthday, my brother. Blessed.
More life. Manchester United gave you a nice present today.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Right?
It was a good game.
So, fellas, before we start to break down, you know what I mean?
That's not CJ. Can you send that good luck to our game Friday? Because Friday is my birthday as well too. So just send it over now. Right, and it's that sellers.
Yeah. So, what was your general feelings about the game, guys? Let's start off with Mark. What was your general feeling about the game?
Yo. Well, to be honest,
good afternoon to Shivani.
I don't want to brag because it's only a preseason game. But you're seeing, I was pleased with the performance, and I'm seeing what Ten Hag trying to do, and the work ethic he trying to implement into the team. You understand? The second half, see the different strategy, but we was not attacking as much in the second half.
Yeah.
And Liverpool bring on the Avengers, try to get back, but it didn't work out. But then again, it's preseason. But so far, I like what I'm seeing so far, man. The work ethic and work rate of certain players who was just pulling stones last season, you're seeing where it had the change coming. And with the addition of a few more players, I feel we could bring them some this season. Some one of them cup.
And Ken, what was your
honestly, I didn't see the first half, and I catch a good bit of the second half. What I could say, first thing first, this is just me and Kehu Vex who lost. My man, he matches Bailly. That is just me.
Yeah.
You understand? Because from what I see, Bailly was.
Well, I think
Bailly was being Bailly.
Man of the match later.
Yeah,
one of the things I wanted to do was man of the match for the first half and man of the match for the second half.
Well, as I said,
we sent out two different teams.
I see the first half. I didn't get time to.
Well, fair enough. But your man of the match for the second half is Bailly, right? No problem. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're right. Based on what I see on bouncing off what Marcus say, I mean, we could get excited only because it's Liverpool. You know, that'll be main rivals. You know what I mean? But at the same time too, we had to realize yes, it's only pre-season. You understand? From what I gather, from what I saw, little bits and clips, I think Liverpool sent on a B team in the first half, innit? Was it?
No, well, let me be real, eh? Let me be real. The teams just approach the game differently. Normally, Ten Hag did what United normally would do. We would normally send on a stronger first 11, and then we'll sub off and bring in more or less the reserves and the backup players, you know?
Yeah.
And that is what we did. Liverpool did the inverse. They started with a weaker team,
right,
right? They started with a number one goalkeeper. They started with this fella they buy from Colombia
Yeah.
and probably one other starter. So they started three starters in their first half.
I think
And then
Henderson start.
30 minutes on, then they started sending on some more starters. They brought on this guy who Mr. Durable, playing forever.
Okay.
Henderson, James
Henderson.
Milner.
Milner. They bring on
Oh,
Milner.
Milner,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
On
Old man, yeah.
Chamberlain. They brought on a
He's still
couple
playing
others
there?
in the 30th minute. And then in the second half, as Mark said, they brought on the rest of the Avengers. That is when
Yeah.
they bring on
Van
Yeah,
Dijk, Salah,
but
Firmino.
even going based on the second half, right? From what I saw, they'll bring on a whole Avenger side. You understand? And
yeah,
then
so
from what I
so what
see,
I'm saying is
from what I see, our B team still beat them 1-0 in the second half
Yeah.
still.
no correct. And that's the point I was getting at. Because there are some people who say, oh, United score three against Liverpool BT, but that was their choice. They could have started off strong and flipped.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is when they put on their strong team, we had our weak team and we still score, and they didn't. Right?
Facts.
So it don't really matter how anybody flip it. Right? The team overall performed well. CJ, what was your opinions on the game?
Honestly, it was a good game, a good birthday present, of course. But also, what I liked about the game is that you could see that they were working on passing, they were working on pressing, they were working on literally holding the ball and not getting flustered. You realize Bruno Fernandes wasn't looking for the quick pass again. Like my boy was actually dribbling. He was actually moving. He was holding the ball longer. And yeah, people go say, well, it's preseason, but no, this is basically practice. It's practice for them to
It's a
feel
sweat.
what it is to do different. Because
Yeah.
I think people don't understand. Preseason is where you experiment and do things and you see certain things for yourself. Because even Eric Ten Hag after the game, which was amazing for me, not surprising, but amazing, he said, it was a great game, you know. I saw a lot of mistakes, but I saw a lot of things that I liked. And he says it's not the final product. It will never be the final product. So for me, I don't see the problem with celebrating the win, but also seeing that, hey, more to go and more to do. But for me, it was a solid run, especially how you realize that when we get the ball, we switch formations. The midfield is a bit more fluid. Martial had a great game. I ain't gonna lie, but Martial, he looked hungry. He looked hungry. And I hope that Eric and the guys really take it from there. But what was amazing to me from seeing the warm-up games, the warm-up games had an intensity to it because he was watching what they were doing very closely. He was
Yeah.
yelling at them. Even when he was sitting down, I love my boy Oli, yeah, but when Oli used to sit down, he used to watch. But when my boy sits down, he was yelling at men. He was yelling at anybody. So for me, you can see that there's an intensity so far, and you just hope that it goes somewhere. So that's what I have to say. It was a good game, and I saw some potential. So yeah,
Hey, good afternoon to Jeffrey, to Greg, and to Mark Anthony. So, Mark Anton, sorry. So let me just run through the starting 11 for Liverpool. As I said, they started to make their changes 30 minutes in. We didn't make any changes until halftime. So they had Allison in the back. They had Chambers, Phillips, Gomez, and Mbia. No, Gomez is the man I was trying to remember. So Allison
Yeah.
and Gomez are regular starters. In the midfield, they had Henderson as also a regular starter, and a youth man called Morton. Then they had Luis Diaz, Carvalho, and Elliott. Now, Carvalho is somebody they
He's a
bought
new boy.
recently, right? And well, Luis Diaz, we know they got him in January, and they had Firmino on top. So the regular starters in this group would be Firmino, Luis Diaz, Henderson, Gomez, and Allison. So they pretty much had a regular starter on every front. They had two in front, they
Yeah,
had one in
because
the midfield, one in the defense, and the
yeah.
goalkeeper.
Keeper.
So that was Liverpool starting 11, right? Our starting 11. Let me pull that up quickly and call that out. Right. So our starting 11 was the hair in goal, Lindelof, Varane, Dillo, and Shaw. Right? Ahead of them, you had Fred and McTominay. In front of them, you had Bruno Fernandes, Martial, Rashford, and Sancho.
Sancho.
So that was our starting 11. So our starting 11 was strong. We took all of those guys off, and in the second half, we brought on Eric Bailly, Malacia, Ahmad, Alex Tellez, Pelestri, Wan-Bissaka, Donny van der Beek, Elanga, Savage, and Zidane Iqbal, right? Who did not feature today? Hannibal didn't feature. Garnacho didn't feature. Lair didn't feature either, right? Heaton came on around the 70th minute. The hair looked like he may have pulled something, so it looked like a precaution sub, right? Let's hope we haven't heard anything, so we'd assume it was nothing serious.
Yeah.
So that was the situation. Now, guys, for the first 15 minutes of the game, Liverpool were dominant, right?
Start off bright.
David De Gea had about 3 saves to make.
Yeah.
But clearly, we as we worked ourselves into the game, and our pressing started to activate. That was where all the problems, all of our goals, and
Came
most of
from
our
mistakes
attack
from pressing.
came from Martial and Rashford and Sancho initiating the press.
Forced mistakes.
Yes, correct. Forced errors. Now,
Yeah.
here what stood out to me with that. We forced Liverpool to make errors, and we were able to capitalize on the errors. We're going to go through the goals just now. But the question I asked myself is, if Ronaldo was on this team, would we have scored those 3 goals? I'm not saying we wouldn't have scored goals. I'm talking about the way we scored those 3 goals. If Ronaldo was on the team, would we have scored those 3 goals?
I mean, if you're going back to the first one from Sancho, from what seen the highlights, I don't know. Maybe not.
Iffy. I just say with a score,
the one with the one with
Martial?
with Pastor Fred. I don't think
Ronaldo would not be there to score that goal. But the ball should have ricocheted out, and Fred may have scored that. Yes, he should have been in the box.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But
you know where Martial went for the 3rd goal and won back the ball, right? Press the guy, got the ball off of him. Ronaldo wasn't doing that.
No.
We know that was never happening.
Nope.
Nah, he wasn't doing that.
So
sure he wasn't doing that.
Don't get me wrong. I know men just want to say I want to pile up on Ronaldo. It's not that. I am just thinking after the fact. This was hours after the game. I started to think, this whole team would have played differently if Ronaldo was there. If we're honest, it would have been different. Because the way that Martial pressed, the effort, the work rate Martial put in, Ronaldo wasn't doing that. Right? And we know why, because he has to preserve his energy for when we're on the attack. So it's not a dig against Ronaldo. We know he's just not going to press from the front. So I don't think we'd have scored those goals if Ronaldo was on the pitch. So let's talk about the first goal. First goal came in the 11th minute. We had Bruno Fernandes trying to do what Bruno does. He lobbed that ball in. Who he was lobbing the ball to, boy? I think it was Rashford. No, Martial. He was lobbing the ball for Martial. So he lobbed that ball into the box, right? Trying to create an assist. Gomez got to the header first, but his clearance went straight to Sancho, and Sancho slotted it in, right? Put it to the right-hand side of the goalkeeper. Excellent pass into the back of the net. How you all found Sancho look today?
Good.
I want to know why he only left.
No, but they didn't switch Sancho. They switched, man.
No, I understand that.
Right.
I understand that, though, but I just look at starting. You understand? And I will always, I don't mean to go off topic here, but just briefly, going back on last season where we were screaming for this right winger. You understand? We eventually got him. But so why we put him on the left? But we'll talk about that later on. Sancho look very solid. He looks solid.
Yeah. He looked like he's getting back in mojo a little bit.
CJ.
But again, why he on the left? He didn't look bad on the left, But
well, the man could play both sides, so he don't.
Yes, he can.
I mean,
but
the right is
the thing is, we buying for the right.
The right is the preferred position. He could play on the left, but you would want to see him on the right, just for him to be comfort mental wise and formation wise, I guess. But for me, I find he look good. I still
Yeah,
find
you
he look
look
good.
good. You look good.
You
And
could see,
go ahead,
and
CJ.
also too, you could see that physically everybody looks fit though. Like nobody really look slouching. Nobody look tired.
Despite the heat, let's be real. These guys were playing in some heat that they would never play in England. But I think that's
Yeah,
the whole reason for traveling to that part of the world,
Yeah.
right? Apart from the whole endorsement and Thailand obviously spending money to bring top quality teams, right, to their country to play in the preseason. Apart from that, apart from the marketing aspect of it, training in the heat, because we would remember a lot of times, sometimes the team would go to like Dubai and these kind
Yeah.
of places to
Warm
train.
weather training.
Yeah, warm weather training. So, and with the guys have been training twice a day. You understand? Ten Hag has been pushing them hard twice a day training, to get them up to scratch. Who
So
else stood
warm.
out? Who else stood out for you in the first half, Mark?
Rashford. Work rate rise. You see that he anxious and he eager to get catch back the form he had before. And he eager to get
He had
last
he had
season.
a good opportunity, I think,
Yeah, but he
way
missed it.
around and he missed the ball. He was having a good half until that miss hit. You know when a man do something and it just take your brain back to when he
Yeah.
was popping down.
Yeah.
When I see that miss hit, I was like, God, Rashford again, boy. But you're right. Overall, Rashford work rate was good. So let's hope that we could
Oh,
press up.
side note, fellas. Fabrizio Romano said that United will meet Ajax on Wednesday to discuss Lisandro Martinez. The negotiations are entering the key stages.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about this?
Let's watch my face.
Murta, Murta, and CEO, the new CEO, Richard
Oh,
Arnold, went
oh.
to Spain
To handle it.
yesterday and Sunday and Monday, right? To handle the De Jong situation. And I suspect when they talk about United representatives going, I don't suspect it's little plebs. I suspect it's Mutter and Richard Arnold going to Holland to handle that scene as well. And that's a very proactive way to go, because I remember distinctly agents complaining about not getting my judge on the phone to make transfers. You understand what I say? I remember distinctly hearing them kind of comments. So I like the approach. The question is whether things could happen, because Ajax seem to be playing hardball. They don't seem to want to lose any more of the players. And it's not just one Martinez we want. We want two at the players. So we can see how that goes. Martial, we had to talk about Martial, because to me, the man of the match, the man of the half for the first half was Anthony Martial. Anthony
Yeah.
Martial was pressing from the front. He was winning back the ball. He had a wonderful solo effort. He got the ball back, ran down the wing. Allison is a very good one-on-one defending keeper. Allison is very good. Allison came out. He was able to put the ball over Allison into so his finishing was definitely, much improved from last season. Martial to me really stood out simply because the leaps and bounds, he looked way better than how he looked last time. So, what you saw with Martial, CJ?
I see that he looks a bit hungrier. He's not afraid to take on players. There's like a confidence about him. I mean, you can kind of see that he looks forward to try to doing well. And I'm gonna be open about it. I'm not gonna be fake and say I want him to come back. I'm gonna be real. I thought we were done with the whole Martial project.
Yeah, me too.
But to see him, but I will say though, even if I find a player is done, when I see them do well, I commend it, and I hope he can build from it, because I think with under Eric, when we thought about the whole squad overhaul and we got them players who we don't want going to get sell, you then watch certain things like this and say, okay, yes, it could be a preseason kind of prelude kind of thing with us, but at the same time, he's seeing some potential. He's seeing something there. And I think it's fair of him to give players a little chance so they can work with it, because let's be real. His first season is a very trial run. we want the first season to be trophy competing. But when you think about it, if you get the try run and you get players like Martial to play, who playing like this today, to play when the actual season continues, then I think you would not only realize, but wait now, I don't need to go to the market for certain players. I have a right now I could work with. So for me, I find Martial having a good game is nothing wrong to be optimistic about. Let's see where we could go. As he said, he
Because
spoke about a
we know
mistake.
he could do that.
Exactly. And he said, and Eric Cano said when he saw the attacking, he said the attacking was fast. There is potential. I saw mistakes. So he's analyzing. So we just have to see where it goes. But Martial, proper game, the man look hungry. But then again, Martial single now, so no, I telling all your fellas as my partner Karen say, the league is not ready for a married Rashford and a single Martial, you know. That dangerous.
No, well, I really think as well that Martial's personal life was affecting him, was
Yeah.
affecting his
Yeah.
performances. Hopefully, I don't know, boy. I don't know. The noise we hearing concerning Cristiano Ronaldo is not loud. Now there's a lot of time. Manchester United supposed asking price of £14 million is not very high. His wages are high, but so it's still very possible that Cristiano could leave. But the interest that seemed to have been there a week ago, those seem
It
to be
boy
there
long,
right.
it boy long, it boy long.
And you know it. He and Paul Pogba, I think, are realizing that the belief they have in themselves in terms of this the value they place on their stock, the market in football don't place the same value.
That's like
That's all.
that's
Yeah.
when you see that's like
You
when you
know,
see a
so
gal or a fella rating themselves as a 7, as a 10, but when they go on Tinder, humble you real quick, you know.
yeah.
You
There's a
ain't really
different,
about that. You ain't really like that.
yeah, you
Come
know,
down from there
the
as the song say.
public perception is
Yep.
something else,
Oh, enough of
you
that.
know. So all right, so I was impressed by Martial as well, and I was really impressed how he took his third goal. But let's talk about the second goal. So for the second goal, which was a Fred chip. Now let's be real. Fred don't score a lot of goals, but normally when he scores, it is be top notch, high
Yeah,
Yeah.
quality.
boy. Yeah, for real.
For
And
real.
and
No,
and today
he have
was no
a
different.
clutchness about him, you know. He have
Yeah.
a clutchness about him. I know take it, you know.
Yeah. Fred does score some. Every time Fred scores a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
boy.
today was no different.
Yeah.
So where Fred's goal, right? He had another Marshall breakaway. He ran down the road and he took a shot. And Allison, I think, palmed it away. And they end up reaching to Fred right outside the 18-yard box.
A little
Oops.
jink.
Perfect chip. Allison tried to jump up and get it. Couldn't get it up into the corner.
That is
And
something the
that was
both of
our
them would
second
talk
goal.
and laugh about in Brazil camp.
Yeah. Definitely they would well, Fred might laugh at Allison. But one of the things I noticed, the beginning of the both halves, Liverpool dominated the play.
Yeah.
When Manchester United got into the game, because from the 20th minute, not too long after we scored the first goal in the 11th, I found that Liverpool really wasn't having the kind of chances they had in the first. You know, David De Gea wasn't really that busy for the second half or the first half.
Yeah.
Right? And so that it shows that when the guys got into the, playing, when they got accustomed running the formation and Ten Hag, but you also thought about Ten Hag being on the sideline, bellowing instructions
I
at the
believe that
guys.
that is what a coach supposed to be in.
Yep.
Especially when a game get, as we say, easy. You're going to 3-0 up. That is when you're supposed to be on the sideline to make sure your players do get complacent.
Yep. Because
You
if you
understand?
watch it, yeah. But if you watch it good, do he was still yelling at men when it was 3-0, you know, because
Yeah.
he's again when you listen to Eric match reactions after, but you know how with Ralph he was just busting files and seeing what went wrong. With Eric, he kind of saying, "Well, this was good, but I still saw some mistakes and it didn't
Yeah,
really thing."
yeah,
But at least with Eric, you see that within the game, he was watching certain players and telling them, hey, no, that is not what we practice. I
yeah.
remember,
You are keeping men head in the game.
yeah,
You know,
bad
you know
because
how long, you know how long. I didn't mean to cut you off, CJ, but you know how
yeah,
long
it's
we have
hard. No, it's hard.
have a coach like that. Going back to, and I just hate to do this, but going back to these Alex Ferguson days, you understand where you actually seeing, and I even want to go back to when they was training. You actually hear him screaming at Sancho,
Yeah, boy.
John, John.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You understand?
yeah,
And
And the man,
that right there is what I like about him. He's hands on. He's there on the pitch. He suit and tie manager. He's they call a tracksuit manager. He did. Once you're effing up, he would say, "Yo, Tang on." You'll see him getting on.
yeah.
You understand? So I love that about him. So right there, he have my respect there. From that seeing the training and seeing how he getting on the sideline. Good things. Good things.
I think it was.
And you can actually see the difference in how the players and them playing now. You understand? Now
Reacting.
don't get me wrong. Yes, it's the first game and da. But
Yeah, yeah.
but Martial and I would say Martial and Rashford, they are coming to prove a point. You understand? They know they were crap last season. You
Yep.
understand? So because
Yeah.
if you're watching Rashford, and yes, he was always kind of bulky, but he bulk up some more. You understand? And then watching him in training now, you see the difference. You understand? Even down to Martial come and score a goal today too. When he went to Sevilla, nobody didn't really want him down there either. You understand? So he had to
Yeah.
come back home. But when you come back home now, you have something to prove. So all that I watching. You understand? And then on
Well, when
top
you
of that now, we don't know World Cup coming too.
when you
Exactly.
underperform, men don't want you, because Sevilla make real fanfare about Martial, and he underperform. So when you
Also,
underperform, men don't want you.
you know what I know? Eric gonna be the madman that could be important. I remember watching before the game, though. No, a day before the game in training, they was playing 1-on-1, the 5-a-side small goal. You had to link up. You couldn't do back passes. You had to link up and score. Every time men concede a goal, the whole side had to get 7 or 10 push-ups.
Push-ups. Yes,
I tell
boy.
myself,
Yeah,
damn,
Yes,
yeah.
boy.
this
Every
man, this
Yes,
man
time,
doing,
boy.
every time
this
they
man doing
score the
fireman
small
sweat.
goal.
That man doing
Push up.
torture sweat, boy. Them fellas really in fit. And
So men don't want to lose now. So
exactly.
they're fighting hard. You
So now
understand?
he puts it in the system. Hey, if you concede, that's how it go feel. So fight up if you're not going to concede. That's it's a real mental game.
One of the things I'll never forget is hearing some of the older players, the legends as we would call them, who played under Sir Alex. And one of the things I remember Roy Keane would have said is that game day was easy
Yeah.
because Sir Alex used to, training was hard. Training was hard. When you actually go to play and you come off the field, men was actually less drained, less
Women was
tired
training, men was
on
born.
game
Men was
day.
drained.
And if it is, we could because I don't get that impression that that's what was going on under Jose Mourinho and under Ole. Right? I don't get the impression that men was dying on training.
They was doing the little cone drills, you running around, and that's it.
So if we could get back to that, where guys' energy levels up there, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And that'll bring a sense of aggression to him.
And I don't know why Liverpool started making subs 30 minutes in, because we didn't make any subs at all 30 minutes
Liverpool, Chad,
in.
You see the depth Liverpool have? Them change the outfield players 3 times. About 30 men them bring on.
Okay, well, maybe that's why I don't know, because we had guys on the bench we didn't use, We didn't use Garnacho.
Exactly.
we had people we didn't use. So it clearly the
Because
manager,
Liverpool changed halfway through the first half, them changed the starting 11.
and then this change again in the second half, right?
Exactly.
Every half an
So
hour
it
they
was
was
totally
changing
different when them play.
every half an hour they was changing the striker.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were changing guys. So I don't know. But so yeah, so that was nice. If you're tuning in, please like the video. Feel free to share it to other United supporters. Let's get the thing pumping. So, guys, we gotta look at Darwin Nunez in the second half.
Wow.
I will tell you right now, I wasn't really impressed. I was really unimpressed.
By almost smash him up.
I think it was it Salah? Salah had taken a shot, and it
Did he post?
And it hit the post and it bounced
right,
off.
Yeah.
hit the
And it
post.
come back
It
to
came
him and he's
right,
still
back to
looking
him.
straight up in the stands.
it came right
stop
pretty
that.
much to the penalty spot. The goalkeeper, because he had dived for Salah's shot,
He on the ground.
He then
He was
on the ground.
So the whole
And
goal
who-
was practically open.
Who come to the rescue?
So wait,
Bye,
did-
And the man kicked the ball over bar.
so wait, he was
Because
under
Bailly
any
roughed him
pressure.
up.
He was under any pressure.
By
Not really.
running to him.
Bailly was running towards him, but he really wasn't.
When they reach, he had ample time there to score
He
that.
had more than enough time to take that
Nah,
shot.
man, I wanna make my jokes yet because I
Yeah,
want,
I'll give him a couple more games.
yeah.
It must be the same thing.
I can't just jump up and say this is our new Lukaku because
Yeah,
it will look better because he was in the race.
today
man.
I'll put on
So,
today as nerves.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah,
I give
if
him
you do that
because
3-4 times in a row,
You're getting that.
Because in all defense, yes, it's Liverpool, but to put on a Liverpool shirt and to represent the club like that is real pressure too. So
yeah,
he has to grow into it.
No, well, the one thing I would say, I think our initial valuation of 60 million was good.
It was.
I didn't want Manchester United to pay 100 million because I didn't think he was worth it.
He's not.
Right?
He's not.
Liverpool wanted to pay it, and I think he just wasn't tested. Right? One good season don't make you $100 million player.
correct.
Not one good season. So
Correct.
let's see what happens with him at Liverpool. Diaz looked really good for Liverpool in the first half, but then the truth be told, since Diaz put on a Liverpool jersey, he touched the ground running.
Yep.
He has been looking good right through.
And I'll always say that not much players could do that.
He's not. He wasn't bad in the UCL final because he wasn't bad in the UCL final in the first half. I would say he wasn't bad in the first half.
Let's talk about the second half. Who among the youth players impressed in the second half? We all spoke about Eric Bailly is definitely our man of the match for the second half. Everybody agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. He was
right.
real
So
good.
Eric Bailly is the man of the match for the second half. But who impressed you outside of Eric Bailly?
Savage.
Zidane
Like the energy.
Who's this guy name, boy? Is Zidane, boy?
Yeah, Zidane Iqbal. Zidane was real composed, I find.
Yes.
I think he was real composed. Yeah, man.
Savage, Zidane, and well, Pulisic to a lesser extent.
I mean, I'm not saying because if it was the goal it was more of a breakaway goal. You understand? Who started? Bailly started.
Bailly started.
You understand what I'm saying? And then it went on mad. You understand? And they come back across to Pulisic. And even if Pulisic had missed, I mean, we know Bailly is a defender. But what I'm saying is we have people.
Nah, if you did sure if I'm there. Nah.
Let's talk a little bit about our fourth goal, because this fourth goal came when Liverpool had the strike force.
The Avengers.
The Avengers was pressing.
It had Salah on the field.
Yeah.
You had
Van Dijk, all of them.
You had
Thiago.
All of them was there.
All of them.
Full super friends. The full whole of
and then with that Bailly crossover, Thanos snappy finger and all of them disappear.
Yeah, you had Robinson.
I think Gopnik was so mad, eh?
So now
Thanos
I will tell you something,
all of them disappear.
The same way we started to dominate in the first half, when we were playing more of our starters against less of theirs, because they had starters, but they had less. I thought when they sent on their starters, they would at least pull back a little 2 goals,
I
right?
thought so too.
Also, yeah.
And
I also say that.
they were unable to do that. Salah looked. I mean,
You see the Salah the post
to
from
be
the
honest
second
with
one?
you, you know how it looked? It looked like Liverpool was playing the first preseason game, and like we were on our second or third. We still look preseason, but we look a lot more
comfortable,
ready,
Yeah.
more refined. And Liverpool looked like they were no struggling to get into it. And the truth is, both of us was playing our first preseason game because I don't think Liverpool had any behind
Liverpool looked like they had about 2 sessions under the belt before that game.
Yeah, they didn't look impressive at all. They didn't look impressive at all.
Because when I saw that the Avengers coming on, I said, where you are? You could be under some pressure here. This might end up at 3-all, right?
Nah, I didn't think they would have scored 3.
I was thinking at least 1 or 2.
But I thought they would have scored at least 1 or 2. We didn't talk about it, but De Gea played off of his line today, and I could see him making an extra effort to be higher up the pitch, or I should say more top of the box and more involved. And Mark Anton is talking about 82% pass accuracy. We have to give De Gea props. He didn't just save the ball today, but he looked a lot better on his feet. Darren Garner is saying Liverpool is nothing without Mane. Well, boy, if that is the case.
Again, I won't say nothing yet.
Man, go on there already, boy.
Too soon, Darren. Too soon.
We ain't starting.
Too soon, boy, Darren.
We ain't starting Rabs until the third week of the league.
Yeah, we play Liverpool 3 weeks in, so we'll see how that goes.
Them fellas still walking off. Them fellas still walking off tequila and mojitos. It's okay, fellas.
So I was impressed by Zidane Iqbal as well. I was disappointed to some extent with Donny van de Beek.
Yeah.
Because I found he just kind of disappeared. And Ahmad had some excellent one-touch football, but he also gave away the ball a lot. And his physically, you could see he's not physically strong enough. He was bodied off the ball a lot as well. He remind me of Rashford when Rashford first 2 years when men used to just push him off the ball. But we know Ahmad is small, but you could be short.
I believe if we send Ahmad back out on loan, we need to send him to a better team than Rangers. You understand? A team that could develop him better.
Yeah. Because remember, he was supposed to go to Belgium and that loan fell out.
Yeah.
And probably that was good because I don't think Belgium League will give him the physicality either.
Nah.
He probably need to go to the championship.
Yeah, you gotta go. And on top of it, too, I think men in the training would even talk to him and say, here we're going on. The skill and the dribbling, good enough. You're on the ball real nice. But you see that physical, fix that. And they would tell him. Because even Elanga got more muscle, so it's a process. Eventually, you'll get it.
You have to get it.
So we were hearing that Harry Maguire had a knock, as well as I don't know names missing the our next defender who was on loan at Aston Villa, Twansebe and Maguire had a little knock. So Tellez ended up playing centre back.
You think Varane and look better?
Tellez look okay.
Not Tellez.
It was
Varane and Lindelof.
No, Varane and Lindelof look better, yes.
But better than Harry and Varane.
You know, but definitely the man was definitely by anticipation. You know, here is my problem with Eric Bailly. Eric Bailly is the most athletic defender we have on the team.
Yep.
He is very good at identifying danger. But sometimes he just does things a little too overconfidently and it puts us in danger. That is my problem with Eric Bailly.
No way. Eric kind of mad, you see. See what Eric
gets monkey glanders raised.
Because Liverpool get. Man get hit in the face when the commentator saying they know who is on the ground. I said that could only be one man.
One man.
Hear the
That could
thing.
only be one man on the ground there.
But here the problem. That kind of why he does get injured too. Because if you think about it, if you think about Eric, the man does overexert himself to a point and he's a danger to himself. You know, and I know Eric is a man who ain't care and that go be his downfall a little bit. But when Chelsea he was winning 2-0,
Yeah.
that man beats in the box and beat the two of them fellas. I tell myself, that real bad, no. But if I was a coach, I was telling Eric, killer, never again. Stop it. Because that could have been real stupid, brother. You could,
Yeah.
That is why I say sometimes he does be a little too
yeah.
That is value for
overconfident.
you. That is value
Because
for you.
Yeah, because he tried to control the ball under pressure, lose possession in the box, and when the men cross, he come with a karate kick and bring down the ball. I was like, okay, you fix the problem, right? You create the problem, and you end
You
up
fix
Fix it.
you end
Yeah.
up fixing it. But
Big
you know
up
what,
you.
boy, I would have preferred if it didn't create that problem. In
Yeah.
the first
Yeah. Like, oh gosh, Eric.
That's why
Just stay safe now, boy.
a course on Pedestrian and when they roll it for him to tap in.
It would have been nice. It would have been nice if he had finished the play.
I said, oh God, they roll after that big crossover and beat a man and up the pitch and he keep running. I said, oh God, just give him the tap in now.
But tell you something, there was a time Scott received the ball. A Liverpool player was right in front of him. And he just hit him a fake turn into space and pushed the ball forward. Then Eric Bailly did the same thing, beat the defender and went into space. And I know it's preseason. I know Liverpool getting up to speed. But that is the ability that we need. Which is
Yeah.
why I believe the club won the young. Where we could, because when we beat the trap, right? Because Liverpool is a pressing team. When we beat the trap, when you beat that first line, you see how the game opened up, and it was happening for both sides. Let me be
Yeah.
real. When Liverpool
Yeah.
had good chances in the first half of the game, right? It was because they eventually played through our press. When you play through a press effectively, the game does open up for you,
You know, and that
And
would
that
have
is one of the things we were
world a
lacking.
room.
Yeah, we were lacking that ability to play through the press because, as somebody mentioned earlier, men frightened to pass the ball to Maguire. He just given like a day in the headlights. Scott and Fred are set a sideway and backwards passing, right? If Scott in particular, because I didn't see Fred do it that much, but if Scott could do more of that in games, collect the ball, beat the first man, not lose the ball, beat the first man and run into space. Because Scott is also athletic, eh? If
Yeah.
you push the ball forward and he run onto it, he ain't catching
You
him.
ain't
He ain't
see
catching him.
he nearly take out Henderson.
Yeah, well,
Play him out.
that is what Scott is.
Terminator, remember I tell all that I the Terminator.
You know,
The
and
Terminator
Mark,
died into Henderson.
Mark is saying it right here. He said the players played without fear and they had fun. And that's how they should be playing week in, week out.
Yeah.
And I mean, that is it. We know Ten Hag working them hard. But when you go on the field and you see the results, you're motivated to continue to work hard.
Facts.
Right? So let's hope that these guys, I mean, I know with all the confetti and all the drama after, a lot of the guys was like, where's all this? You know what I mean?
You understand? I shocked when I see that after, you know.
Any
It was
trophy,
sweat. It
any
was a
trophy,
sweat for me.
That had nothing to do with
trophy was
Manchester
ability
United
cooler.
or Liverpool. Go ahead.
Nah,
CJ.
right, that's how them people in Bangkok, that's how them is it.
a man say trophy will add a built-in cooler in it. That true?
It looked big enough to have a
No,
cooler
but
in it.
because when I watch
It look big enough
was
into the size of that.
No,
I
see
saw that
size
stadium
that.
had people in it. I
No,
sure.
because think of it. I watch the trophy. I tell myself, but wait now. If you put wheels on this could be a cooler. No, big to big. Them
You
real.
understand?
Oh, yeah, money over there.
No, but you see, at the same time too, I mean, we had to understand that over in Bangkok, they don't really get to see these fellas too often, you know.
Exactly.
You
That's
understand
my
what
So
I'm
they
point.
saying?
want
You
to show their
understand?
appreciation.
And even if they had to watch a game, they had to get some kind of 2, 3 in the morning, some kind of things to watch that game. You understand? So to
Yeah,
see
boy.
them there in the flesh and to see your team No, for us, it could be nothing. It was a sweat, a fat match, da. For them, win something. They win a trophy in Bangkok. And Bangkok fans going hard with that. Right now,
Yeah.
down in the club in Bangkok, I beat you all, I have a trophy already.
Yeah,
So
Rams.
we is nothing.
And I
But
will tell you
them getting
something.
on bad right now.
Even though the players didn't look like it was a big deal for them, I think psychologically, I think it will have a good effect on this team. Just to be, these players haven't been in the atmosphere for a while. Yes, they know it's a preseason game. Yes, they know it's not as serious. But just imagine people throw you a party, and it's not your birthday, it's nothing special. But somewhere inside of yourself, you'll be like, wait, boy, balloons and candle and thing for me, this feel nice, I could probably get used to this. When it's my birthday, I'm ready to jump out.
Yeah.
Psychologically, I don't think it'll hurt these players at all. Just being in that moment.
Oh, gosh.
Well, somebody say something.
Nah,
You was talking.
Yeah, well, I got everybody just pause.
Nah, but that's the thing. It's a big deal. I mean, I feel like they would do something. I feel like how they see the improvement, Eric go and tell them, we feel good about it though, because I think Eric also isn't that fellow who gonna be like, this isn't anything special, do like get your head. He's gonna say, hey, feel good, you do what you do, and we do what we were supposed to do. So now we need to apply that a little more consistently.
Yeah, we need to be more consistent.
But if we listen to, yes, he was glad for the results. He was glad how the team play. But if we realize he keeps stressing, we make mistakes. We make mistakes that we need to improve on. If I watch the interview with him with he and Andy Cole, he keep pressing on that. Yes, the team look good. He said, but we make mistakes and there's potential. So which means right now, he not settled of where this club is right now. The club needs work, and that's his words. You understand?
Well,
so yes,
we
may see a win. Yeah, we may see a win, and over there for them it's a cool team or whatever. He not satisfied yet. So right now he's looking at players. You understand? I tell all you, by January, 2 or 3 of them going. I tell all you.
Tellez is one of them better.
All right.
Let me ask you all something. Let's talk just a little bit on Liverpool. Anybody impressed on Liverpool? Nunez didn't impress.
I don't. Yeah, he was.
Salah looked like when he came back from AFCON.
This boy is in the first half.
Diaz.
Yeah, Diaz.
Yeah, Diaz looked good.
Diaz impressed.
Elliott looked good as well in the first half.
And the little dark fella, he was playing a wing back in the first half.
Oh, right. He's not regular. I think it's Gian or something is his name, but I know you're talking about it.
He look impressive too.
Alan is asking if we expect to see Eriksen in Australia. From everything that I'm hearing, the idea is for Eriksen to finish up his medicals and be in Australia.
But I don't know.
Some training. I don't know if
Eriksen medical is not a normal medical.
Yeah.
He has to do a stringent medical. Given what he sees. And I don't blame them for that.
You can't blame him. That he going on a rare run. He going on a run.
Jeffrey making us sad, reminding us that Ralph wanted Diaz in January, and I agree. If we had gotten Diaz, trouble, yes, because I think Diaz would have played the same way.
Yeah.
Carvalho plays like Coutinho, so Mark was impressed with Carvalho, and Jones looked good too. Yeah, well, Jones, we've seen Jones before. We've seen Elliott. Elliott had a really bad injury, severe leg break. So seeing Elliott back on the pitch was a good thing.
I hear Jones there and thinking Phil Jones.
You wouldn't believe.
Hey!
During the game, the first time I heard the word Jones, I look at it wait now. When I hear Jones, I said, wait, What happened there? What miss Phil Jones come on?
I
As
not
the
thinking of
uncle,
Jones
as them
fight there, like.
uncles, as them uncles in them Nigerian movies that say, "Hey, hey, hey!"
Don't you know you can be prosecuted for that?
Hey!
So
Every time.
Liverpool, as I said, Liverpool look like they really was running all the cobwebs.
Yeah.
I hope that Salah in particular improve. Not because I want
Because
Liverpool to do well,
you
Remember,
but
see where
they
Salah,
our third game for the season, eh?
you
Remember,
saw where Salah hit the
the third
post
game,
from?
eh?
The second time
yeah.
he hit the post?
Yes, boy,
Salah hit the post from right
right
here
by
to
the
right
corner
here.
there, boy. Right in the corner there, boy. Yes, boy. Cobwebs.
Yeah, like cobweb.
Yeah, like
Because
up,
remember now,
up.
That is on
we
now
playing
for
them.
holidays.
That
Yeah.
means we third game, eh? So you know what I mean, we carry the fix on this by that third game, which is all the way next one. They will improve and do what they need to do. But I hope we can still hold them down still.
No, I mean to be honest with you, Liverpool were a little slower, but they play the way they play. And
Right.
it is you could still take away something, you could still
Yeah.
take away something from this
Yeah.
game in terms of the guys knowing exactly how Liverpool is going to play. The only thing
Mm.
for me is that they had a break in the first half where Liverpool ended up being 4-2, and they end up having like about 3 shots that come off defenders, hit the post,
Hit the
all kind of thing. And
crossbar.
I think it was Luis Diaz and
He
was
has on
involved
them,
in
yeah.
that too. Yeah,
and
yeah,
I told
yeah,
myself
yeah.
if Salah was up there with that break, I sure that was goal. I couldn't see them missing that, but that is only one clear cut opportunity that I felt for sure that would have been goal. That was only one. So Darren Ghana is saying that they underestimated us. I think Klopp did. I don't think he would have run up his mouth talking about they don't have nothing like a friendly between Liverpool and United if he knew that if he felt that they could have lost the game. Klopp definitely felt, going into the game that Liverpool was going to win.
He
A
was
matter of fact, a
confident.
lot of the commentary team outside of MUTV, a lot of the commentators outside of MUTV felt the same way as well,
Yeah, because
right?
Mm.
to start that team that he started with that shows that we get
Yeah,
them
it's only
5-4
Manchester.
last season. Them ain't nothing special. So let me start with this team here.
And as you say, when they bring on their A team,
We still
they
be them
wasn't
one
able to
thing.
break us down.
Yeah.
Right? Salah hit the post, Nunez sky over the post. The goalkeeper
Still
had
looking
like
for that
two
ball.
saves to make, but it was two straightforward saves.
Yeah. When you send on the Avengers on them, you thought, well,
So guys,
yeah.
the
He
next
say, yeah,
game,
boy.
You can't call them Avengers because Hawkeye do miss.
Now that was Hawkeye cousin.
clearly, clearly
Who
it was
do?
okay,
That
cousin.
was
Clearly.
cross-eye.
Oh
No.
my god. Oh my god. My
Clearly.
god. Oh my god. Nah,
That was
man.
cross-eye.
Cross eye, boy. I like that one.
Men making up
You dream so
superheroes
and
here,
hit it
yes?
so.
Wow.
So the next game is Friday, 6:05 a.m. We playing
My birthday, God's willing.
Hey.
Mel Victory, which is the Melbourne Victory. It's going to be in
Good.
Australia.
Did we play them last season and beat them too in preseason?
I
Probably. I,
think so,
I,
you know.
I can't remember who we played
Yeah,
in
we did. I
Australia.
think so.
Hey, where's Dwight York team, boy? The team Dwight York coaching. Where's the name of that team?
Oh, shock.
Me, I'm gonna pretend I know.
I can't remember.
I can't remember the
I
name.
don't know.
But that's
But
no
them
worries.
just started preseason.
We
I
expect to
think
see
about
Dwight York. We expect
2
to see
days
Dwight York
ago.
at least come across and line with the boys a little bit.
Yeah, at
Of
least 2 days
course,
ago,
yeah, of
them
course.
started them preseason.
Right? So that game, Friday morning, 6:05 a.m. Man, I had to get up early to
I get
take in
early,
that
make
game.
sure my phone charge.
I don't know. I don't know what time of the day on Friday we're going to be doing the breakdown, but we will be doing our breakdown as well on Friday because we definitely will have to talk about our game. And let's hope that Ganacho and Hannibal and the guys we didn't see this time around get a little run out
And I hoping to see a
I
better
think
play
they
from
will.
Van de Beek too.
I think they will because remember
Thank you very much. Dwight York's team is MacArthur's.
Right.
I mean, we should have figured
mean,
that out, right? Because
Rum.
we should I guess that.
only nice at all, right?
Yeah, MacArthur. And them starting over the weekend or yesterday, them started preseason. Them now start.
But I
So
think you will see more of the youths and them coming to this game here,
you know what?
simple reason
Everybody,
because
the senior players have to get the legs, and
definitely.
the youths had to play. So what we may do is we may do a little bit like Liverpool. We might make 3 set of subs instead of just 2 because it have men who ain't see no sweat today at all. But it should be an easier game and guys should be able to feel more
And that my point because
to express
it's a
themselves.
easier game. You will see, man gonna turn them
Still,
coming
you will
on and
start
getting
with
a
the
sweat.
youth.
That's what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
then coming on further on, if you see what they're kind of struggling and then he goes send on, the big hunters and them now. Right? So I feel he would come up with the youth and them first though.
You switch it wrong this time. Start with the weaker team
And then come with the
yeah,
tougher team.
yeah.
Yeah, maybe. And that's all good. That's all good. It's preseason. He could switch it up
Yeah, you
anyway.
could do that. They were preseason for
So
mixing and matching.
trials and
So
seeing what's
guys,
going on.
we're looking to shut it down. Let's start the closing remarks with the birthday boy, CJ.
Yeah.
CJ, what you wanna close today? Anything special about the game you wanna talk about that we didn't touch on?
There'll be yeah, is the preseason, but they'll be so hard on the team. Let me see where it go.
Reason to be optimistic.
Yeah, reasons.
Ken?
I mean, same thing. You know what I mean? Let me see where it goes. We're looking good so far. Yes, it's only pre-season, but we had a ticket into hand that yes, it's pre-season, but we're seeing something better. Not so better the way we want it. You know what I mean? As far as update every cases, but we're seeing the dynamic of the change. The I want to say the ball control. The pace up in front. But at the same time, too, once again, it's just pre-season. We start off good, and we just keep this momentum going, and we fix these mistakes. Simple as that. I think with adding on, I don't want to bring it up, but for argument's sake, if we add Frankie into that midfield, we could see a big difference if we play how we start off to play now.
Yeah, clearly. And I think a lot of people would have a meltdown if we start the season with Fred and Scott. I wouldn't have a meltdown because I always believe systems matter, right? And sometimes men just get too caught up in players. Players could shine in certain systems, right? Donny's a classic example. Donny didn't look good at all with us, or he didn't get a proper chance with us. But we all know how good Donny was watching him before he came. And systems matter. So for all we know, Fred and Scott may shine in Ten Hag system. But let's hope that it have somebody else to put in our midfield.
Just in case.
We don't necessarily believe that we really want Fred and Scott there to start up this season. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah, Mark. So
yeah,
closing thoughts.
well, I agree with Ken. It's pre-season, so we don't get too carried away. But I like what I'm seeing so far. You're seeing the work. You're seeing at least a structure this time, and you feel like the players on board with what the coach trying to do. Yeah, you ain't seeing nobody sulking. Even Martial, how long you see Martial play with a kind of smile on his face?
Yeah, boy.
That work great, boy. I've seen Martial work hard.
How long you see Anthony Martial work so hard?
But I have never seen Martial work as hard as he worked today.
Yeah.
Today, he real work. He real work. He real run today.
So Let me just keep your fingers crossed and hope everything
Free out of time.
goes according to plan. And as Chad said, if his system is a terrible thing, we might want to see Fred and McTominay starting, but if them understand the man's system and doing what he want them doing what he want them to do, that's where we ought to go with. You understand?
Correct is right.
Mhm.
As
Correct.
I say, Fred high up the pitch is a different Fred. My biggest
Fact.
problem is you see the man who didn't play today, and not the one who in Portugal with
I know you're
family
talking about
problems.
Harry Maguire.
Yeah. That's my biggest concern right now in the back there.
Well, let me see what go on. A new
Yeah.
system, new tactics, new coach, new whatever.
Yeah, that was it.
Let me see what go on.
I was saying. Let me see what will happen with him.
Indeed, indeed. Well, the one thing I want to add, Rashford looked good. Okay. I hope that he continues to improve. The one
Yeah.
person I would like to see get on the score sheet is Marcus Rashford and
Yeah.
Bruno
It was
Fernandes.
just unfortunate today.
And the reason for Bruno Fernandes is because Bruno had a lot of good opportunities to score last season, and his finishing really seemed to have dipped. So I would like to see those two guys get on the score sheet in the next game. But
Yeah.
overall, it was a good performance. It could never be a bad day when Manchester United beats Liverpool.
Never.
I don't care.
So
Friendly, fat match,
yeah,
corner
yeah,
store,
yeah.
fat, basketball sweat. Want to be them,
It
I
could
play.
never be Manchester beating Liverpool is always a good day.
Just
So
not about to lock up Conte for murder. Conte will kill them.
well, let him run them into the ground now, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When the season starts, let's see how it pays off for them.
Now,
All
man.
right, guys. So remember, we're going to be here on Thursday for the United Hour, and then obviously Friday we had a breakdown the game as well. If you
Yeah.
didn't check it out, Big Phil had a transfer Tuesday
Chance for
on the
Tuesday is
channel,
ready.
so feel free to
Big
go
Phil
and check
dancing.
that out. You understand? So, guys, remember, Red Devils, we don't die, we multiply, and feel good. Feel free to feel good about this win. You understand? Because if we had gotten licks, we'd have feel bad. So we
Yeah.
Yep.
won, feel good.
If we had